This video is in partnership with BlockFi. Well, this is one hell of a accumulation period, isn't it? I mean, it seems to be going on forever. I mean, since we hit them highs up at 25 cent on the 7th of May, God, it's been a boring time for crypto. I mean, look at this. Pretty much down back to this region down here at 6 cent where we dropped on the 22nd of June. So it looks like it's coming down to that region. But what we'll do in this video is first up analyze Bitcoin because it's still ruling the market, and whichever way that goes, the rest of the market is going to follow it, definitely in terms of USDT values. So yeah, we'll have a look at some price analysis on BTC, then we'll have a look at Zilliqa in both the USDT and the BTC pairings. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you do hit that like button, that you are subscribed, and let's crack on. Right, so Bitcoin, still range bound. We're getting lots of people still calling for 20k, lots of people calling for 3k. I mean, 20k is this region here. Well, that's pretty much 19733. That was a previous all-time high. In my opinion, I still don't think we're going down there. Possibility, we could always tap this 28,600 region again, which was at yearly open, because it is looking like it's coming down there. We are forming a nice downtrend here on this daily time frame. So if you're looking at this, we are trending down. So what we need to do really, if we're looking for anything bullish, is break out of that downtrend. I mean, you could even say we've been downtrending since up there. Can be quite debatable trend lines, that's why I don't tend to use them, but as you can see from the eye, we are trending down. This middle region here is the EQ, that is the pretty much middle range. High range up here 41,200, low range is the yearly open. Potential that we could come down and test that, but remember the weekends coming up, the last 2 maybe 3 weekends have been quite bullish, to be honest, and we have maintained that price. I mean, it's got into the week and the weekends have pretty much fucked us over, so let's see what goes on. If you're looking for buys, I would still target down this region. We've got a lot of wicks in here, and it does show that there's a nice area of liquidity where people are willing to buy, so buys within this region down at 28,800 is probably the most likely option so far. Remember, just keep some powder dry though, because markets are very temperamental and we could soon drop down to these levels before we even know. I mean, we've got some support here at 24,300, but just be wary. For me, don't think I'm going to come down there, but let's see. One reason why I don't think we're going to come down there is because we've had some news recently about whales are accumulating, miners are starting to reaccumulate rather than sell. So a couple of bullish things, just to keep your eye on that. Whales are accumulating, and that is good for a price. It is keeping it though. We are every time we get up to 35k, we are getting some FUD and some rejection. So that is a key area to flip. Hopefully, I mean, we're not a million miles off. If we can return 35k to support, and I think that will be good for the market. And then really over the course of the next few weeks, we need to target that 41k region, but early days yet. Price is still going down, maybe potential buys down at this region. Right, so Zilliqa, starting off with USDT pairing, and then we'll have a look at the BTC pairing. The BTC pairing is the most interesting one, but we'll have a look at that in a second. So currently we are priced at 6.6 cent. That's crazy. Just for illustration purposes, I managed to buy mine down here about 1.7 cent. I bought most of mine, so quite happily sitting in a decent profit still, times about times 4 times 5, so things are looking good. This area down here is where we've wicked down to 6 cent on my nose. As you can see, we use that area as support a lot. For me, I think that's a bottom. If we did drop any lower than that, then will be very, very hectic. I mean, this project has been constantly delivering, constantly, and we had a few issues with the network, but that's it. They managed to fix it within that same day, so nothing to worry about there. It just puts a little bit of a halt on transactions. This for me is an absolute steal of a buy down here. I think anything under 10 cent, in my opinion, which is, we rejected off 9 cent last time, so to me, anything under that region, anything under 10 cent, I think is an absolute steal, considering being up to this region as a fairly reasonable supply as well. So I think this, at some stage, whenever this cycle kicks back in, I think it's a multiple dollar coin, so keep your eyes on this. But if we're looking for buys, I will be targeting buys here. 6 cent on my nose. I think that could be a decent area for his target. Remember, if it does start dropping and loses this support, you've got these wicks around here. I mean, 5.3, 5 cent could be another area. Same with Bitcoin. If you're looking to buy, keep some spare money just in case. It might blast up and you might miss some buy orders, but it's always worth having a little bit of USDT on the side just in case the market does swing low and absolutely mugs you off, wicks down and pushes back up. Always make sure you have a few orders within these ranges below the current price, because you might get lucky, and that's how I've over the past managed to pick up some nice cheap crypto, is just having orders low. And I think the BitMEX days are slightly gone. BitMEX used to scam Wick all the time. We've got rid of that recently, so things aren't looking too bad. But yeah, in terms of that price action, I mean, let's have a look at in terms of Fibonacci, see what current level we're at from that top there. Currently sat on that 786 level, so who knows, this could be the bottom here before we do start to push up. If you're looking to take some profit and you're managing to buy these regions, I think that's the first major level there at 9 cent. I think 9 cent is the first area, because we're more than likely reject off that. I mean, we don't have a major move up, done nearly a full retracement, 78%. The first level to break through is that, and that will be a tough bastard to get through. Maybe third attempt we might get through it, but don't take that way, well, take that way pinch of salt. It's not the best setup, but that's a potential scenario that could happen if we do flip from here. So let's just monitor price and see what goes on. In terms of price predictions, I think the first major area for us to break through over the next couple of, I'm going to say 4 to 6 weeks, is this region here, 11.6, and then we have 15 cents, but they're a long way off. What I will do is late next week, I will do a price update on this and see what's going on. Hopefully we have actually bounced out of this region and we managed to fill some decent orders down there. We've not really talked about this up here too much. This is a divergence indicator. It's quite good. I'm testing it out a minute when I get a bit of free time, but as you can see, we had a bullish divergence there, which was around then, and then we did do a good rise up to here, and then we had a bearish divergence there, and we've dropped down. So this divergence indicator on any time frame is good. This is a 4 hour. If you're looking at a 1 hour, let's see if any of them works out. With a bullish divergence here, that one didn't actually work out. Bearish divergence there, and that played out very well. If you're looking at indicators here, it's divergence indicator. So go ahead and check that out. But I'm not looking at the lower time frames currently because I'm an investor. I'm monitoring that daily time frame for all my levels, and you get a bit of a better picture. I mean, you can even go into a 3-day. The 3-day looks absolutely horrific, but hey ho, decent levels for you to potentially invest. So that's that covered. Let's have a quick look at a BTC pairing to what's going on here. Pure downage. Currently, what have I got on this fib? Let's go back to the daily. Yeah, we've currently pretty much done a full retrace at time. We're currently sat at 211 satoshis. I've got some weekly support down here at 190. I mean, I don't think I've plotted any lower than that. No, last time I did some TA, I was pretty much looking at this region here. There's some levels all the way down here. So we've got 116 sats. I think if BTC does go on a run, ultimately Satoshi pairs will start to feel a pain, because if you look at Bitcoin dominance first, this is a bit of a setup I've got. I'm expecting at some stage over next month BTC to go on a run and reclaim some market dominance. I think it's going to push back up to here, 52 or maybe 57%, before then an ultimate crash back down to regions. If this does happen, altcoin Satoshi pairs will get wrecked. So if you're looking for some levels to potentially place some orders, I would ladder some down all the way from 180, 190 all the way down to 110. I think those levels in terms of Satoshis could be a decent level for you potentially to buy. So that's areas to buy. In terms of take profits, look at this level of resistance up here at 230, 240 sats. I think that's probably a nice level for you to target. But yeah, we're downtrending on the Satoshi pairs, downtrending on the USDT pairs. We've got a few people in Telegram groups and on Twitter moaning about the product's not flying. Fundamentally, this project is growing and growing daily. It is strong as hell. The only people who are selling are people who are impatient, and honestly, in my opinion, this will be one of the best investments you could potentially get yourselves into. I think it's a solid project, it's a solid team, and we've got that Ethereum bridge. I'm not sure if it's in test or it's near enough here, but that's a massive step forward. Cross-chain interoperability is a way ahead, and once all chains can interoperate with each other, I think that will be massive for crypto, and it's just another feather in the cap for mass adoption. So that's just some quick fire analysis there. Just have a look at a few key levels for you to target in terms of investments, and then I'm not going to look at trading yet because this is boring. I mean, if you're a scalper, it's heaven, but for myself as a long-term investor, it's boring. So let's just have a look at some key levels that we could potentially target and then try and fill some orders on some cheap levels. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.